Okay, what's another... Oh, here's another great one, is how long is it going to take us to build our TARDIS?
That's funny, I hear that question quite a lot. That is a frequently asked question.
At the Anderson homestead?
on the Anderson personal forum.
Yeah.
That's one I hear quite a lot. I mean, I think, like, you know, like another, like, 4 to 6 weeks.
You think it'd be that long?
I don't know.
What if the question was, how long does it take to build a TARDIS?
Again, I would say, like, how long does it take to...
Right. Do anything. To get mature.
How long does it take to finish a beer?
I think what Ewan is trying to say is it entirely depends.
Ewan's really tired.
It entirely depends on a great many things.
How much effort are you putting into this?
Here's what I would say.
How much do you want it?
Key concerns when considering time it takes to build anything. One is your budget. Like if you run out of money, like if you're sort of living paycheck to paycheck, don't expect to build a TARDIS quickly.
Also, maybe think about your priorities.
Maybe re-examine your life. Yeah, you need a budget. You need money. Like you can't expect to get it done for free. And if you have to wait 2 weeks in order to buy more lumber because you're out of cash, that's going to stretch out your build. In my experience, I've sort of been building stuff for 30 plus years, and I think a very common theme. I'm not going to pick on TARDIS builders because it's not unique to TARDIS builders.
No, this is a very common problem across really all hobbies. I wouldn't say it's necessarily ours.
Yeah, and the problem is that, you know, people start something with a mouthful of enthusiasm and an ass full of money. Is that it? Hold on.
That is
quite the turn of phrase.
Yeah.
I think the problem is that people start a project like this with a ton of enthusiasm. And they're like, this is exciting. I saw Philip Wise do it and it looks so easy. I think I can bang this out. And it takes 3 years and you've totally lost interest. You actually dislike the project and everyone involved with it. And you'd really rather just disappear.
Yeah.
So I think
so you just set fire to the whole thing. The two of us have made that exact mistake.
We have
before.
both been down that path. Just watch my Batmobile video. So secrets to our success, says the guy who's halfway done building a TARDIS. Honestly, get a build buddy. Do the project with someone.
Yeah, that's been a massive, massive help.
Even if, like, you and I happen to be building one TARDIS each, even if it's you and a buddy building one TARDIS, just having another person along for the ride not only offers motivation and inspiration, but can kind of kick your ass if you're slacking off.
Absolutely. And you know what? If you two people are building one TARDIS, one of you gets it Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the other one gets it, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and you alternate Sundays.
Or one of you can steal it and then tell your partner to push off.
Yeah. Right at the end of the project.
Yeah. So get a buddy. I think another thing that helped you and I, both you and I actually have professional careers where management is part of our job, and so. And
strangely, neither of us had ever thought to apply the same criteria, the same methodologies, in fact, to our hobby as we do to our jobs.
And it works.
It absolutely works, yeah. And in the same way that it works at work, it also works for your hobby.
Yeah, like there's a reason that people who are trying to make money employ certain practices.
Yes.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Who knew? Who knew stuff you do at work is helpful?
So I'm not saying you need to go out and like join PMI and get certified, but that's the Project Management Institute, I believe. But for example, set a schedule for yourself. Even if your schedule gets blown out of the water, like I think setting expectations, setting milestones, saying things like, in 2 weeks I want to be done with task X, Y, and Z.
Because it's way too easy to just let things drag on. And I mean, especially when you're like, oh, well, I got to fill every single divot here, and I've got to get all the putty in, and it's got to look pristine and perfect, and then you drop the hammer on it, and you're back to square one. Right. So yeah, if you're like, I have to have the posts done in a month.
Right.
You can... there's your goal, you know what you're working towards, and it definitely, it helps the whole thing go faster.
Yep. So have a buddy, Use some sort of rigorous methodology.
If you're a certified Scrum Master, if you are in some kind of agile process, that will help as well.
Like
a waterfall TARDIS building, not successful.
No.
You tried that?
No. I would also encourage documentation. Like you and I have a spreadsheet on Google Docs where we do things like log our progress.
We keep track of our budget. We have a change log that we make notes in.
Yeah, and it sort of not only lets us communicate what's going on in the build, but I think it's just another level of motivation. Like it sort of keeps us on track.
And that's where we keep like our schedule and everything, so we can both constantly see kind of like where we're at each point, where each chunk of our build is going, and we have an idea of where everything is going to end up. Yeah,
and what's ironic about our schedule is, I don't know about you, but I've stopped paying attention to it because we're so far ahead of schedule.
Yeah, I think we were trending so super green that we just stopped doing schedule, which is now awkward because when people are like, well, so when are you going to finish? We're like, well, I don't really know. We're so far ahead that
Yeah.
Then also, and it's a schedule that we made based on like wild guesstimates,
which is
how long we kind of thought things would take, because neither of us has any experience working with wood or making anything like this, so we don't really know how long things were going to take.
Oh yeah, don't let lack of experience stop you.
Yeah.
In fact, one of the things I said years ago was I never take on a project that I already know how to do, which isn't true, but but the idea behind it is don't let ignorance be your guide. Yeah, that's right. Because I think that way you would never grow as a builder. Like if you never got beyond playing with Play-Doh, you might be a great Play-Doh maker, but you don't grow in skills. So the fact that none of us, I took a wood shop class in junior high school and I made a lovely chessboard. I think I still have that.
Oh yeah?
Quite nice. Yeah. But I certainly never took on anything of this complexity. Like wood is not my medium of choice. The tools of woodworking I'm essentially unfamiliar with. Their lack of precision makes me crazy.
Yeah.
That was my ice maker.
Oh. No, I made some planter boxes for my yard last summer and then decided that.
I mean, not doing woodwork?
I'm not doing a wood project for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. So I wouldn't let that stop you. I think another thing that's helped me personally is visualizing the end state. I've sort of very much wrapped my head around what I want, and I sort of have this goal in my head of a TARDIS in my living room.
Well, every time I watch the show, I'm like, there you go, that's it, that's what I want,
Right.
When I'm kind of scraping away on the slats, it helps to just kind of go watch an episode and be like, yes, that's why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
This is going to be so awesome when it's done.
Yeah.